There are just a few people I want to recognize before we get started with our speakers. I want to recognize Lieutenant Governor Mcnally, who is here today, our caucus co-chairs. In the House, we have Representative Scott Cepicky, here. Representative Torrey Harris, and in the Senate, Senator Mark Pody. Also, along with our representatives and senators today, we have the President of University of Tennessee, Randy Boyd, is here with us today. And the Commissioner of Education, Lizette Reynolds, is here. Lizette somewhere? She's in the back. Thank you. So thank you for being here. And I want to just get things started. And we will begin with Rabbi Saul Strasberg from Shereth Israel.
Thank you. Good evening. I'm Rabbi Saul Strasberg, one of the rabbis in Nashville, Tennessee. I serve at Congregation Shereth Israel. I'm sorry I forgot a tie tonight. I wasn't aware. But I figured I'd start with a quote from my childhood president. Anybody want to guess who the president was in my childhood when I was 5 years old? Who wants to guess? Reagan. Okay, very good. So this is a famous quote of President Reagan in 1983. Since the foundation of the State of Israel, the United States has stood by her and helped her to pursue security, peace, and economic growth. Our friendship is based on historic, moral, and strategic ties, as well as our shared dedication to democracy. And the value of a connection between us and the people of Israel is even more essential today. We're grateful for the opportunities of this Tennessee-Israel Legislative Caucus will provide to strengthen and enhance the important relationship. Before we get started, I want to thank Goldie Shepard and crew for bringing some delicious food for us today. And without further ado, it's my honor and privilege to call forward Randy Mcnally, our Lieutenant Governor. Thank you, Lieutenant.
Thank you. It's a real privilege for me to be here. I'm sorry I'm a little bit hoarse from the 19 bills we went through in session, but I very much appreciate the formation of the caucus, the efforts of Senator Pody and Representative Cepicky and Representative Harris in doing that, and I very much appreciate that. And like President Reagan had said, both our countries share the same democracy, and it's essential that we protect Israel and we protect the democracy there, and we never forget what happened to them on October 7th, just as we never forget what happened to us on September 11th. And Israel was there as our friend when that happened, and we stand with Israel with what happened on October 7th, and we will stand with them in the future, and we appreciate their government and what they strive to do. Thank you.
Thank you, Lieutenant Governor. Next, I'd like to welcome to the podium our two co-chairs in the House of Representatives, Representative Scott Cepicky and Representative Torrey Harris. I heard that we have already 60 members in the House in this caucus, so please come to the podium.
Hey, everyone. I will say, and I'll start off with appreciation for you all being here and being in this space with us. And to all my colleagues, absolutely, thank you so much for coming down and actually just spending just a few minutes to welcome in this amazing caucus that we've started. I will say that this is a bipartisan effort, right? And so oftentimes politics gets in the way of us doing actual good work. And I'm really appreciative of Representative Cepicky as well for joining us as we went to Israel. That was a trip that if you have not went on that trip just yet, definitely put it on your schedule at some point. I plan to go back in October. And so this has been an experience and a learning knowledge base for me. I represent a very diverse community, and I think all of us do, in a way that represents so many different populations of people. And I'm so happy to see some of my actual constituents here from my district who this actually matters to them, to know that somebody actually cares about their safety, their security, and the economic growth. And that was probably the largest piece from my experience is the economic growth. The amount of resources and technology that we utilize that comes straight from Israel is impactful. So I'm sure everyone has Waze on their phone in some way, and navigation and transportation is important. And so sitting on Transportation Committee, that was a great part of the trip. But then there was the devastating parts of the trip as well, where you saw individuals whose lives had been uprooted or shaken by events that have happened before and after October 7th. And so I want to end by saying that you have my full support. I believe you have the support of everyone here in this room. And my co-chair, as he comes up here and joins us and wraps us up, I think that we've just got some work to do. We have real work to do, and putting politics to the side, the safety of people is important, and how we can be a part of that as the state of Tennessee. We've seen other states create caucuses already, bipartisan caucuses already, and so for us to be joining in that arena is great, and I'm really excited to be a part of that. So I will turn it over to co-chair Cepicky at this time.
First of all, Lieutenant Governor Mcnally, thank you, and Consul General, thank you for coming and being part of this day. I'm going to be a little bit more formal. It's just my nature. I'm overwhelmed by everybody being here today, senators, representatives. It's a huge step forward for Tennessee, signaling our support for, in my opinion, our greatest ally in the United States, our greatest ally. And so it is a pleasure to be here with you all tonight to celebrate the special relationship between the great state of Tennessee and the state of Israel. I had the privilege of traveling to Israel in December to experience firsthand the nation's incredible technology, medical and agricultural advancements, and military capabilities. During my trip, I met amazing people and saw places that I will never forget. I witnessed things that I know our state could successfully implement. I also saw that Israel could benefit from learning about our thriving state. The trip was one of many reasons I felt called to join Representative Harris and Senator Pody in creating the Tennessee-Israel Caucus, bipartisan. And like my colleague said, sometimes politics gets in the way of good things, and hopefully this bipartisan effort will not, where we will be able to do great things for the state of Tennessee and the people of Israel. This caucus will allow leaders more than 6,000 miles apart to strengthen political ties and promote economic growth through bilateral trade and investment opportunities. It will help foster an environment of educational collaboration and cultural understanding that would otherwise not be possible to tear down the hatred that exists in our country from individuals for their lack of knowledge and understanding of another people. Transfer ideas that will come from this caucus will make life better for Tennesseans and Israelis. I'm excited for the future of our two states, and I look forward to forming relationships and partnerships that will promote progress and success, and I know that this incredible collaboration will make both Tennessee and Israel greater places. It is an honor to be with you all today as the Tennessee-Israel Caucus begins this important work. And once again, from the bottom of every member's heart, thank you for being here. We look forward to having a great relationship moving forward. Thank you.
All right, so I've got to tell you first, I am so glad you're here, but I want to tell you what happened when I first heard about this. I literally went down to Randy McNally's office, and I'm going to tell you, he didn't even want details. He said, this is a caucus to stand with Israel. He immediately said, yes. He stands with Israel every possible that we can as a leader in the state. Can we give him another hand? I'm going to tell you, we get to hear and see in the news of what you all are going through. I know there's death every single day. And I want to tell you that I can't be there, and as a caucus, we can't be there. But I'm going to speak for the members of the Senate. We want to stand with you. We don't want to back down. We don't want to change. We don't want to soft soap who we are. But in Tennessee, in the Senate, we are with you all the way. May God bless you.
Thank you, Senator Pody. The Consul General of Israel, Ms. Anat Sultan-Dadon.
Thank you. Always such a pleasure to be in Nashville, Tennessee. Lieutenant Governors, founding caucus co-chairs, State Senator Mark Pody, State Representative Scott Cepicky, State Representative Torrey Harris, esteemed members of the Tennessee State Legislature, and so many friends here. It is an honor to be with you today as we mark an exciting and significant milestone in the enduring relationship between the state of Tennessee and the state of Israel, the establishment of the Tennessee-Israel Legislative Caucus. This moment reflects the unique friendship between our states and peoples, a friendship rooted in mutual values, shared interests, and a commitment to realizing the full potential of our relations. This partnership is not new. It has been cultivated over decades. Tennessee and Israel have long enjoyed a strong and mutually beneficial relationship. Israeli companies have long collaborated with Tennessee businesses, fostering innovation and technological advancements. In the academic realm, our universities and research institutions have engaged in meaningful exchanges, sharing knowledge in fields ranging from medicine to agriculture for the better collective knowledge sharing and building bridges between our brightest minds. Through this caucus, we will strive to further strengthen these ties, foster greater cooperation, and explore new opportunities for growth in trade, culture, technology, education, and beyond. In engaging with different communities in this great state over the past 5 years, we have found so much support for Israel and for our bilateral relations. This has been heartwarming, especially since October 7th. As we celebrate the launch of this unique caucus today, it is important to remember the current challenges that we face. Hamas's brutal terror attack against Israel was a part of their declared goal of destroying the state of Israel, but it was not only an attack on Israel. It was an attack on humanity, on peace, and on the belief that peoples can live alongside one another in mutual respect. For over a year now, Israel has been at war, facing enemies who have openly declared their genocidal goals against Israel and the Jewish people, from Iran to its many terror proxies. While it is the IDF that is fighting all of these enemies, it is important to stress that which too often is not recognized, that defeating these Islamist extremists is not only Israel's interest, but a shared imperative for the entire free world, including the United States. This moment demands unity, resolve, and a clear message to those who seek to sow division and fear, that we will not waver in our commitment to justice and peace. Israel will continue to do all that is necessary to ensure the safety of our country and people, while maintaining our everlasting commitment to the path of peace whenever we face leaders courageous enough to choose peace over hatred. We hope to eventually see a different kind of leadership for the Palestinian people, rather than a leadership dedicated to terror and the destruction of Israel, a leadership that will finally be dedicated to building a better future for their own people. Standing with Israel now is standing against terror, evil, and hatred for the benefit of all who value life, freedom, and humanity. We are incredibly grateful for the support that we continue to receive from the United States and our many American friends, including from the great state of Tennessee. Tennessee has consistently stood by Israel and has stood unwavering for our common values, leading with moral clarity at a time when it matters most. The establishment of this caucus highlights our shared commitment to further strengthening our unique bond. Thank you all for being a part of this extraordinary milestone. May we celebrate many future achievements and milestones together. And I would like to finish with a reminder that there are still 59 hostages languishing in brutal captivity in Gaza. For them, October 7th is still not over. It has been 521 long days. We cannot rest. None of us should rest until every single hostage is home, reunited with their loved ones and with our nation. And I urge anyone who stands for humanity and justice to raise your voice in demanding the immediate release of every single hostage. Thank you.
Thank you, Consul General.
You're looking for your page.
I'm looking for my page, which is in
somewhere there.
your speech. Perfect. Okay. Aaron Carbell? Yes, we haven't met yet. I'm so sorry. Karen Eisenberg-Jones, nice to meet you. Aaron is the president of the Jewish Federation of Greater Nashville, and he's here to give some remarks. Thank you, Aaron.
Thank you. My third grade Hebrew teacher, also my mother, I hope will be proud of me, but thank you, Consul General. כבן לישראלית, אני חש כבוד לקבל את פניך בנשוויל, ומצפה לשיתוף פעולה בין הקהילה שלנו כאן ובין ישראל. As a son of an Israeli, I am honored to welcome you to Nashville, and I look forward to the collaboration between our communities in Nashville and Tennessee and Israel. My name is Aaron Carabell, president of the board of the Jewish Federation of Greater Nashville. On behalf of our state colleagues, Michael Dzik, president and CEO of the Jewish Federation of Greater Chattanooga, Brian Goldberg, immediate past president of the Knoxville Jewish Alliance, Sarah Frist, representing the Memphis Jewish Federation, and Representatives Wiener and Cupin. Thank you all for your collective efforts to create the Tennessee Israel Legislative Caucus. Tennessee is one of the very few states who have successfully established a bipartisan caucus with both the House and the Senate chambers. As defined by caucus chairs, Representative Scott Cepicky and Representative Torrey Harris, the initiatives seek to enhance the bonds of friendship and collaboration between the state of Tennessee and the state of Israel. This relationship is built on shared values, mutual respect, and a commitment to innovation and progress. This is in essence the definition of Tikkun Olam, actively working to improve the world by fostering connection and unity between people and community. The caucus will provide a platform to promote economic growth, foster education collaboration, enhance cultural understanding, strengthen political ties, including cooperation on matters of mutual interest. The Nashville Jewish community looks forward to exploring those opportunities with you and hope that many of you in this room will have the ability to travel to Israel if you have not already. We know that once you are there in person, you will love the food. That's number one. Two, you will continue to find additional avenues for cooperation and innovation in mutual partnership to benefit the people of Israel and the people of Tennessee. Thank you again to all of the members of the General Assembly joining us this evening, and thank you for all taking time to be here in celebration of this valuable and meaningful effort.
This concludes our formal remarks. We would now love to call up to the podium all the members of the caucus for a large group photo. We'll come right in front of the podium right here, and we'll have the people in the center hold this beautiful sign. This is the logo of the Tennessee Israel Legislative Caucus.